Time to introduce another project. This is the 78 Camaro project. This will be another long-term. He's getting ready to pull her all apart, and this is the one where he wanted the quarters. So remember, he was taking this back half apart back in this room, which is of course dark because I can't run switches. So see, he's been pulling that apart. Now he's got the quarters. So this car is going to be a big block car. It isn't currently. We've got the short block of a 496 that's going to go in here. And you know, obviously there isn't a whole lot in here you get to reuse with the big block conversion, which is a pain, but you know, it's all gettable. I mean, you can buy pedestals, you can get the right heater core, everything. It's all available. You know, it's a second gen Camaro, so everything's available. Just a base model car, nothing to write home about, so nobody needs to get upset at cutting it up and modifying it. Probably going to do a 9-inch rear, maybe some kind of 4-link, or we're not sure what we're going to do yet in the back. You know, still working that out, working out what the front suspension is going to be. And the interior is actually not in terrible shape, so I don't think it's going to be too hard to start recovering some of this. I mean, you can see, you know, someone over the years did something to try to fix that seatbelt clip, but I guarantee all that's available. It's just money, you know. I would imagine we'll do a Dakota dash like we do in everything, maybe change the stereo a little bit, but yeah, this should become a pretty fun toy. So I figured I better start the before video so that we can get this playlist going. So yeah, I will have some updates shortly. Slowly just pulling things apart. So he already had the lights off, or slowly getting the harness out of the way, pulling the nuts off of these to get these extensions off. So this one's loose now. You know, we got the little nuts to come off. The bottom one is completely rusted out, so there's nothing we can do about that. But like anything to do with automotive stuff, you know, or body work, you know, just a little slow, a little here, a little there. You know, don't get too crazy. We just want this to come off nice and easy. But you can see that's completely rusted away, the bottom one. There used to be probably a speed nut or a clip there. It's completely rusted out, so I'm getting ready to pull this one. This one's also going to have some issues. So we'll get that. He's fighting the wiring harness right there. We're not reusing probably any of this harness, but don't cut stuff until you have to. For those of you down south that haven't experienced it, this stuff here is called rust. And the problem with a carriage head bolt that's stuck through a little piece of steel is now it spins freely by the time you've put enough force on it to break it free. So we're trying to keep it so we can still drive and move this thing, so we're not pulling the gas tank, so the red wrench is out. So we're just looking at how we're going to handle that. We did get one, you know, so 1 out of 8 isn't too bad, right? Well, just to show that perseverance is all there is. Since we didn't want to get it too hot with the gas tank here, we've been playing with a pile of vice grips, just going at it. We've got 2.5 out of the bottom 4 out, so we're getting there. Sometimes you just gotta give in and get a little destructive. We couldn't grab that one with vice grips, so we keep turning it, and he grinds a little more off the head and a little more off. And eventually, it'll just break. A lot of good fight, but we finally won. What a mess that was. So there, that's those 4 bolts for the bottom. We still got to do the 4 from inside the trunk. That's really going to be fun. Well, in the story of I'd rather be lucky than good sometimes, those 2 came off pretty easy. And we're getting ready to fight these 2. We've got those nuts off. In fact, that extension came off. So, alright, we're getting a bigger fight than it should have been. Bumper's finally on the floor. So, now we can see you know, why this is happening. That's Minnesota right there. That's what Minnesota means. You know, or, you know, pretty much any of these Rust Belt states. So, you know, 3 things at a time. No, and I think over the next few weeks you'll get this all stripped off. Oh, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll all come out. It's just, you know, unlike Southern cars, these take a little bit more time. Not a biggie. Okay, and now we're trying to verify that that metal there is the pieces we need. It sure looks like this is the back, and this piece at the bottom, I believe, is this inner right here. See, it's got the area for the gas tank straps, and then the 2 bolt holes that must line here and here. I don't know why the 4th slot isn't in this pan. That's weird. We would have to add that ourselves, I guess. But you can see from the bottom one, that has those. Yeah, and you can see here's the pan. So yeah, that's that pan there. Wow, I'm not sure how fun that's gonna be. But yeah, they were definitely pinch welded here. So, okay. Just, you hate ordering things 3 times because shipping on sheet metal is not cheap. Okay, so I think that's not a bad first introductory video. I'll give you a quick look at how much rust we're dealing with here. So, yeah, every bit of this car will be touched. This one will wind up on the rotisserie for a while. But, you know, when it's done, you'll know how to do it. So, because I haven't spent a lot of time taking apart 2nd gens. You know, a lot of 1st gen cars. But not so many 2nd gens. We've been looking up under all these bumper skins up here, and holy crap, there's a lot of stuff under here. So, these lube and stuff, so it'll come off a little easier. You know, and then we got a little bit of see-through here so we can see the bolt. Make the other side easier because we'll know where the bolt is. But yeah, gotta build this up before we can put a big block in here. And you can see, you know, it's not a car in great shape, but it will be. Just give it a couple years. This will be fun. So that's gonna be it for the 78 today.